NCRP Productions presents Catalyst Game Labs, Shadowrun, 6th edition, Season 3, Episode 12.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Sunday in the Shadows. Today we are continuing our story with Shadowrun 6th edition. My name is David, I'm the Game Master, and we're going to quickly go around and introduce our players and characters, starting with Nomad.
Hello everybody, this is Josh. I'm playing Nomad, the Elven Covert Ops Specialist.
Hello, my name is Roberto. I play Patrick Baker, the Street Samurai Troll.
Hey, it's Barry. I am running MF, the Dwarven Adept.
Hey everybody, it's Pedro. I'm playing Hot Hands, the Hermetic Mage.
Hi, it's Sequoia, and I'm running Jelly, the elven face of the group.
Alright, well welcome back everybody. Just to bring us up to speed, last week we had a very interesting turn of events where you guys had gone into the Shasta National Forest on a job to recover some remains, some type of bone remains from an unruly mage who you subdued rather quickly, and then dealt with his spirits at hand. And then come to find out that there was another individual that was lurking the trees in the area, a well-known and important figure of the Shadowrun universe, known as Harlequin, and was going by the guise of someone named Jim. He felt that was more appropriate considering the circumstances of your guys' meeting.
Or Buddy.
Or Buddy. He liked Buddy, right? So you guys, in your parley with him, started to try and discover the importance of money and the rewards of the Shadowrunning that you do, and as it pertains to your lives, and if there's something that might be more important to you and how it concerns and is connected to the current state of affairs in the state of California. And that's where we begin. We begin with Harlequin discussing some of the magical phenomenon that he has experienced that he believes is directly connected to the blight in the California Free State.
If I remember from last week, he specifically hit us with, do you know, or what did he say? Let me tell you about Alcara? Was that what I remember?
He said, let me tell you about Alcara.
Alcara.
Right? Alcara.
Okay.
Right? Alcara, Alchera. So he says, Alcara are magical phenomena that have been increasing in frequency. But before I discuss the different types of Alcara, it's important that I go back and bring you up to speed on a basic understanding of magic and the ebb and flow of that magic. Over the years, the intensity, I'm going to say, of magic has waxed and waned. And there have been times where the ebb and flow of magic has increased. And there's certain areas in the world that are strong with its magical purities. We know that there's a crossing between the astral plane and the physical world that we live in that magic permeates, called the astral plane. And there are times where that magic is more powerful than in others, and sometimes it's weaker. In some areas it's more resonant, and in some areas it is dimmer. We are entering an age of magic on the upswing. It is increasing in power naturally across the board. With that increase in magical activity, we get inherent instability. So without getting too technical, I want to talk about things that in my research and my travels have led me to believe that these Alcara are directly connected to what has happened in California. So there are 4 types of Alcara, and I'm going to discuss them. There are metaplanar gateways, historical reflection Alcara, astral portals, and void doors. As he kind of looks around at you to see if anyone, I heard that, right? Anybody ring any bells?
I'm sorry, Jim. Is gateways, is astral portal, void door, and
historical reflection Alcara?
What is this?
I'm going to reflect on those.
Okay.
Historical.
Yes.
Yeah, there's 4 types that I've seen that I've been able to discover in my travels and my research.
I have one more question. Is I know we finish game, question game, but may I ask, is something is talk about? You're not woman, so it's not necessarily bad to ask. How old are you?
I'm old.
But
then again, what is old? Isn't old merely a perception of someone else younger looking in?
Yeah. So my great grandmother lives 119 years. Is old like that?
So if you want to quantify it in a number of years that I've been here, I am older than your grandmother.
You look good for age.
Thank you.
And I drop my shoulders and shut up.
Magic has a weird way of preserving the senses.
And then I look at Hot Hands. Hot Hands just thumbed up me.
He says, I've gained a lot of insight and information in my travels, but I don't have all the answers. I'm on a continuing journey as a student of magic and a learner of the arcane arts, as well as a practitioner. And I will share with you what I think is relevant to help us collaborate and accomplish a common goal. And that common goal should be, if it's not already obvious, is how to fix what has happened here. Let me first start off by saying, I once had a friend in the great worm Hesteby. Because of what's happened in California, this infection has mutated her into something far more sinister and somebody that I don't know that I can deal with, and I definitely can't deal with alone. She refers to herself as Helwyn, and is a dragon, far more powerful than any of the dragons that I've ever experienced. Come across.
Is Shasta Mountain Hesteby? Is Hesteby we have heard of? Is creature from Hot Hand's dream?
The Hesteby that you once knew from the Trids and from all the jack points that you've ever been on is gone. I don't know if there's a way to save her. I don't know if she's merely a prisoner inside of Helwyn's shell. I don't know. But in my efforts to arrange a parlay with my late friend, it did not go well, and I was almost stricken powerless against this thing.
Again, Jim, I'm sorry, I have many questions. Hot Hands is sea and astral. He is sea, pearly spirit, and you is something more. Is you see Hesteby is you see different in astrals than before what happened?
Well, I didn't see what happened, but I can conclude beyond the shadow of any real doubt that what has happened to Hesteby has become Helwyn.
Is same so. Is Hesteby in new
form? Yes.
Sorry.
A much more sinister, more powerful form that has abilities that I don't have any understanding of, and I don't know that anyone is powerful enough to defeat her. But I think that if we can somehow figure out a way to remedy what's happened here, it may have a transverse effect on what happened to Hesteby. And if we can bring that back to some form of normalcy, then maybe we can help save everyone. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't have all the answers. So I am interested to hear about your vision, Hot Hands. Is that what you want to go by? Hot Hands?
Yes, that's perfectly good. Yes.
Okay. Hot Hands. All right. So tell me about the vision that you had.
Well, it was a long time ago. No. So he'll say, well, the short of it is that I saw, and please correct me, Dave, if or I can make a memory roll, because from what I remember, I will tell him about how I saw Helwyn. Oh, shit. I know Helwyn killed another dragon, which was Ghost Walker.
You saw two dragons fighting in the moonlight.
That's
over
what
the
I saw.
horizon of the moonlight.
Didn't I see, like, a little tiny dragon grow into a big one, too?
No.
No? Okay.
I saw you. Why am I talking the
So give me a memory test.
Yeah.
And then based on your memory test,
To be honest, I don't remember 100.
Yeah, because I thought you had seen the dragon come out of the ground too. So yeah, make the test.
No, it wasn't that.
1 to 2.
All right, good enough. So your first vision was of something flying closely over the surface of the water at night.
Yep, okay.
Right? You heard you remember hearing the sounds of large wings moving across the wind, and you got the sense that it was something large. Right? You could make out something in the reflection that looked reptilian, but outside of that, you didn't know. That was your first vision. The second vision was two dragons fighting in the moonlight with the horizon. You saw one of the dragons transform somehow, like its wings sprouted strange appendages, and grabbed a hold of it and somehow, or penetrated the other dragon somehow, and then ripped its head off and dropped it to the earth.
With spinal cord connected to it.
Part
Predator
of the spinal
style.
cord connected, yeah.
Yep.
All right, that was your second vision.
And we now, in game, have been told, whether we quote unquote know it, we've been told that that's the head we see the skull of in front of us.
Right. So,
And those are my visions.
okay, so you share the visions with him, and he says, that makes sense. He's all, the remains that you see inside, the remains that you saw inside what was once a magical lodge, and, for purposes of privacy, are the still very powerful and magical remains of Ghostwalker. Now, obviously, there would be people and organizations in this world that would seek to recover these remains for their own purposes, their own agendas, to fulfill whatever it is they think they might seek to gain from something like this, whether it be a public display of power or something, behind closed doors. I don't know, but I feel it right, in my own version of what is right and wrong, to protect those remains and see if there's enough magic left in those remains to help us get back to a point or get to a stepping stone that might lead us to success. So that's what my friend Aleph here was trying to accomplish by his incantations and magical rituals. He was trying to harness the power that was left inside those bones, potentially open up one of these Alkera that might maybe deliver us or myself some answers. Make sense so far?
Yeah.
I'm nodding my head.
Yeah, I mean, that seems pretty straightforward. I like that.
Okay. Let me tell you about the 4 types of Alkera that there are, right? So the first one, astral portals. Those are pretty straightforward. The astral portal is any metaphysical portal that allows an individual from the physical plane to step across or look through the threshold and experience the astral plane. Similar to what you do when you permeate into the astral plane.
We do this. We do this. We cross. Army men cross too.
Yeah.
The man we found in basement of house.
So that takes us to the astral plane or just a different plane?
Well, there's 2 types.
Yeah.
Right? There's 2 types of astral portals. The first type is physical transference, and the second type is astral transference. So let's talk physical transference first, versus the slumped bodies at the door, also known as astral transference. So there are astral portals that allow a physical form to walk in and out. An abundance of research has been run about on these types of phenomenon with varying degrees of information and success and speculation. But what happens is that a physical form enters the astral plane, interacts and operates like an astral form, and then steps out at another astral portal, or well, there's some variation there, but you could exit to another metaplane, back to our plane, or get lost in the void. That is the difference between what you simply do in your studied, arcane art of perceiving and permeating your essence into the astral plane and maneuvering through it and going through the astral portal. Right? So these astral portals can pop up because of what other ebbs and flows of magic and in certain geographical locations can actually cause. So if there's a shift in that flow of mana enough to where it's disrupted, think of it like an earthquake, right? Everything kind of hangs in the balance of the earth, right? And there are these large plates that the earth continents sit on, and every once in a while those things become imbalanced, or that pressure is released, and it causes an anomaly or an earthquake. Something shifts. So think of the astral, think of mana and the sphere of magic as we know it, hanging in the balance, and when there's a shift, when that shift is great enough, something happens. Sometimes you'll have an astral portal appear for a limited amount of time, or extended amount of time, or even a permanent basis, right? Like there's an astral portal that is well known, right, in the Yellowstone caldera that leads to the Sealy Court, right? I'm sure you guys have read about that. Right now, for Hot Hands and
I'm just making the mind blown.
And Nomad, right? You guys know, you've read about in your research, and maybe even MF, it's a magical for the awakened types. In any study of magic that you've had, that the Sealy Court is a place in Ireland, I believe it is, that the powers that be Tirna, right? And it's come to be discovered that an astral rift has opened up in the Yellowstone caldera that leads directly to the Sealy Court. And that rift has been being maintained and guarded day in and day out because of where it goes, right? People, the denizens of Tirna don't just want anybody rolling into their, part of that is a prison, part of that is a research facility, there's a lot of things that the Sealy Court encompasses, and they don't just want anybody walking through there, right? But from the research that's been conducted, that stepping through that portal will almost assuredly take you directly to the Sealy Court, right? So that's a phenomenon that is becoming more understood as time goes by. And that is just one example of the type of astral portals, a phenomenon that exists.
But they're also sometimes more temporary, or does that sound like the farmhouse portal? I guess.
I don't know what you mean by the farmhouse portal. Tell me about that.
No, I mean, yeah. So
Josh was speculating.
I'm just-
No,
yeah.
I
and
thought you meant a
that
character.
leads me to my next question.
I wasn't there for the farmhouse portal is the thing.
Okay.
And that's going to lead me to the next thing. While he's talking, I'm going to drop. Now, I don't have a sub-vocal aspect to my mic system, but I am going to kind of put my hand up and talk into my mic.
Okay.
Because we're all open. Jelly, are we now open communication? Can I tell or ask anything we do with this, with our travel, with all?
I think all the cards are on the table. Go
Okay.
for it.
Okay. So, Jim, I am sorry. He's
Buddy, Jim.
buddy.
tell all and make sure. Are we still under thing that makes us all tell truths? Is this why I feel like I must give so much? Anyway, Hot Hands and I go
Circle
through.
of trust.
Hot Hands and I go through. I believe is astral portal.
Okay.
We were helped by a very powerful spirit, Pearl. Is who I thought you maybe were at time. We go through. We end up there. It do something to Hot Hand's mind. He pass out. I am successful. Come back through astral portal, but it's not in same place. Is many miles. Is 3 hours I think by drive. 3 hours away. Is long way away. And to get group back, we must. Is not important. Is we have gone through astral portals.
And do these always connect 2 points in physical space, or can they go other places?
Well, they can do one of many things. You can either come out the same place you entered, come out into a different place, or be lost in the limbo
Yes.
between those
So
two
it's
places.
fortunate.
It's a very unstable thing, and there's not enough known about how to traverse these barriers or these thresholds to guarantee some type of safe return. That's just one form of these Alkera that are popping up and that are being documented and seen around the world. So the other type of Alkera is called a metaplanar gateway, and that may be something that you're referring to. A metaplanar gateway, similar to an astral portal, but different. The metaplanar gateway is going to take you to a place where the denizens of that plane may or may not welcome you. And based on your worthiness, your ability to capture their worthiness, or their welcome, is going to determine whether, how easily or difficult it's going to be for you to traverse that plane. That plane isn't always going to dump you out where you first went in, similar to the astral portal. But unlike the astral portal, you're almost, from what I can tell in my research and my experience, metaplanar gateways are to a specific place where there are denizens of that extra plane or that metaplane that you're going to have to contend with and deal with.
Is probably this. But we cut through. Then you think Hot Hands is meta planar gateway.
Yeah, that kind of
It sounds like
hits the hammer.
go distance is different places.
Would it be feasible for an entity to emerge from such a gateway and, let's say, swoop someone up and then vanish back into it?
Well, typically these gateways are crossed over by choice, but there's another type of gateway that I haven't gotten to yet. Matter of fact, there's two. And before I get to the last one, the third kind is the historical reflection Alkera. And the historical reflection Alkera are portals that lead to specific places in time, whether they be in the past. Most notably, that they've been documented places of the past. It might take you back, to the old United States of America Civil War, or the time of the building of the pyramids, or take you to the place of Dunkelzahn's assassination. Things that have happened most notably in the past, being historical.
Do we know if that, or do you know if that's like its own contained time loop, or is that affecting the future and whatnot?
Well, I don't have enough personal experience in interacting with these types of places. I can tell you this, that the one that I did go to, it was a substantial drain on my magical ability the entire time I was there, and it was not comfortable.
Is this because you say earlier is ebb and flow? Is time when is more magic ebb? Is historical places time there's that goes on.
I don't know if that ebb and flow of magic, whether it's be greater or more diminished, in those times, being an historical event, but they're taking you back to, from what I can tell, to a specific time in history.
What do you mean you felt bad? What do you mean by you drained?
I felt a constant drain on my magical abilities, on my magical prowess. It was draining and making me tired and making the effort for me to manipulate magic much greater.
Migraines?
More so than that. Complete body burdens.
Could you it's the wrong question. Is time you go back to is historical thing you reflect in is time when you were? So is 200 years ago, is you 201 years, is time when you were? Is time when you were when you go this?
A time when I was alive, but not where a place that I was.
Okay.
Now, I don't want to go into great detail about it because I don't know that we have that much time. We could sit here all, for weeks telling the story, but I can tell you that it is not fun and was not a pleasant place to be. I was fortunate enough to be able to come back in a reasonable geographical location where I could find my way back to where I needed to be.
Write in my journal. Don't go.
So, and that leads me to the fourth and final type of Alkira, called a void door, and probably most notably the most dangerous type of portal that one could ever encounter. It says, let's start with the blackness. So as you enter one of these, you lose all sensory feeling. Not a single sense operates, and you experience a floating and loose sensation. The initial disorientation is the doom of most who enter a void door. The lack of physical sense followed by a lack of time sense can easily lead to a slow and uncomfortable death, as only the sensations you truly feel are hunger and thirst. Hopefully the void door spits you back out before that happens, but on a number of occasions in my research and contracting, I've come across plenty of cases of death via the void door. And I think the void door is what's happened to this place here in California. I think a void door was opened at some point and it spilled its decay out onto the state of California and is spread until it ran its course, and this is what we're dealing with.
So you think void door is now closed?
It's either closed or I don't know where it is. But okay. In my research, I haven't seen that the plague has spread over the last several weeks. It's gotten to a certain point and stopped, which makes me believe that either it was only spread while the void door was open and something from the other side spilled over and affected everything in its path.
How much, and I'm staring right at Jelly when I'm saying it and going really slow, how much can you sense things like this if void door was to open, and I'm looking right at Jelly, was to open because, say, magic item or device were used and was open and door was open and stuff spill out, if item or device were in your person, is maybe is void door key?
Well, if I had a key to a void door, I would probably recommend not opening it. I can tell you that what exists on the other side could be a host of many things. It could be people, place, or things, or a myriad of those, of those things together. But it's a two-way portal while the portal remains open. Things can go through to the other side, and things can come from the other side to here, as is evident.
So I'm going to look right at Jelly, and I'm going to...
I am not looking at him.
I am not speaking into the mic. I'm speaking openly. Jelly, is you think what I think is maybe something discussed?
Is there something you'd like to share with me?
I'm looking at Jelly. Do not take my eyes off Jelly.
In the nature of disclosure, I think perhaps in some way I have spoken with the entities who may be coming through.
Really? What did they say?
Lots.
What did you say in return?
Lots.
And did they ask for anything?
They did.
What did they ask for?
Everything.
I mean, the most pressing thing, I believe, is to observe us.
Okay.
And
in exchange for what?
well, at the time, I think I was thinking a little too small, and I asked for safety at the time, which was more or less granted. but it's very likely we're being watched now.
Observed.
Observed.
Where did this happen?
And
Point to you.
south.
Well, they're all pointing.
Yeah, I'll point to MF.
We could take, if Jelly says it's okay, we could absolutely take.
There was a laboratory,
Okay.
and there was a box, and when the box was open, I believe a void portal was activated.
This is why I say key.
Or void door. I'm not sure what's the proper vernacular.
Well, so it sounds like that could be the case, and if that is the case, you're very lucky to be alive.
I got that sense, yeah.
That's kind of been a theme with us for the last little bit.
That's what I was saying earlier.
These phenomena are absolutely, the kind of summit of, of question and speculation in the magical community right now. There's a lot that is known, but there's a lot that isn't known. This box, where did you leave it? Do you have it with you?
No, I don't.
You're safe.
Where is it? May I ask?
I'm looking at Jelly.
I don't remember where the box is.
He's still in safe.
Oh,
We
okay.
close. We close it. We leave. But we leave to come back.
So the box is in the lab in Almanor.
In Elminor. That's not too far from here.
No, it's
I guess.
reasonable drive.
As far as relative. Can you acquire this box?
I'm looking at Jelly again.
Depends. I mean, probably.
Yeah, I think that's where we should start.
You travel this?
Oh no, I have other matters I need to tend to. But
When we have the box, how should we let you know?
I'll know.
You'll know.
Well, so tell me a little bit more about how you were able to utilize this device in order to open the void door. Did it just open naturally on its own?
Utilize is a strong word.
Okay, how did you interact with it?
I opened the box.
And you opened it. Okay. And when you opened it,
I was suddenly in nothing, as you described. But there was another creature there. A being.
being. Okay. And you made a deal with this being.
I did.
Okay.
It
No
seemed-
fault to your own. I understand.
It seemed with us.
self-preservation. Right.
Visas
Theme.
is many deals is made.
You entertain a very risky lifestyle. I've never quite
Not in my
understood it
head.
myself, but I understand the need for people like you in the world. Yeah,
I am actively seeking therapy to help.
I think that's a wise choice.
Yeah, it's one of the best choices I ever made.
Hot hands. The being in the box, was that the one in the suit you saw the other day?
We've had sightings of the being.
Oh,
Oh.
yes. The one I was driving. We were in Louisiana. No, we were in Seattle. Sorry, we've been a lot of places recently.
Okay.
Also, my head's still ringing a bit.
Is the reason why we often need money is we go many places. It cost.
Well, I thought, in your line of work, it's pretty lucrative,
It's not so much as you heard.
You would think, but
Is not same as in how you call dime novels. In fiction is much better.
Okay.
Sometimes I wish we live in fiction, but we don't.
So, might you be able to, now, I don't know what type of transportation you have. I see that you're, hoofing it. Do you have a magical means of travel?
If he's not too insulting to say, we fly.
did we never fired off to flares?
No, we
were
did not
going
fire
for-
off.
Oh,
fire
that's
fires.
right. No, they didn't get flyers.
Because they're in Patrick's backpack.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, we should probably. Well, we can let our. What are
You have
they
a
called?
ride.
Riggers.
We have a ride.
You have a ride. Okay. Well, would it be safe to assume that you can feasibly go and acquire this box and bring it back here?
Now that we
To
got the
this place?
Here, yes.
with the helicopter, that should be a pretty quick.
We will do our best to.
Okay. Then we have a deal.
Wait a minute. We are by helicopter. We are maybe 30 minutes away.
Yeah,
Maybe
we
not
could
even.
make it real quick.
Is very close.
All right, Patrick. Flare gun.
It's in the backpack next to you.
You're gonna want to still get that for jelly. That was the wrong answer, Patrick. You'll learn.
Patrick opens up the backpack.
Here you go.
And the flares.
You should have loaded the flare gun for jelly. That's kind of on you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We've all been
Loads
here.
the flare
Don't
gun.
worry, Patrick.
Okay.
Do you want me to shoot it?
Don't point at me!
Can I just snatch it from you? I
Okay,
hate
all right.
holding it like this.
That's why we let you just. We need you to stick to punching.
Okay, well, I'll fire the flare gun.
Okay.
Once.
How many flares do you fire?
One.
One flare. Okay. And there's that. He says, "Oh, that must be the high sign, the get me out of jail sign." Yeah.
No, that was not.
Oh.
That was the. Hey, come over here. It's safe.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right. So.
It's much more secret way. If be truth to tell, it's a tool.
Well, I think that if you were able to acquire that box, if there's still any magical resonance within that, especially carry over from the rift that it may have opened and what type of rift, if we were able to somehow use what magic is left in Ghostwalker's bones to reactivate the box, we might be in a step in the right direction.
Wouldn't so forgive. I have some magical ability, but not like hot hands in any way. But I understand is a bleed through from other place. Wouldn't it be better you come to place where box is and looks there and see? I mean, is bleed through is maybe still sit. I just think in normal, you know.
Now I'm sure that Jim has a plan for what's going on. There has to be a reason.
Oh, okay.
The reason why this sign is important because it's the sign of the death of the dragon, and that is significant. All right.
The death of the
We
dragon.
won't be able to transport. We won't be able to transport the remains and have them be as capable as if we kept them in its place.
Okay.
So I fear that our fight, if there's going to be one, it'll be here.
So we can make back if we maybe have to fuel up in other place rather than in Seattle proper, but we, as far as LT say, we have plenty gas to go.
Yeah, we should be good. We should be back pretty shortly.
Okay. Well, do what you need to do. At the very least, Aleph will be here. He knows how to get in touch with me.
By now, we're probably hearing the whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, in the distance, you started.
Aleph, are we,
Shit,
no hard
we need
feelings.
to put smoke. It's smoke. His only place he
Oh
lands.
shit,
We
the
need
bag.
smokes.
Yeah, that's my part. Let me see that. And I'll reach in, just like grab some smoke.
Okay. Smoke grenade. Like
Yeah.
start popping smoke.
We only have one
put,
color.
Oh, you only have one
over
color. I think
there.
it's pink, right?
Yes.
Is pink put over in far side? He pulled down on flat.
Oh shit, I'm terrible at this, and I
Outside
throw
of
it,
the grove
and
of
then
trees, yeah.
No,
Just
and then
pop
it
it
goes
over
behind
there.
me.
Just pop.
No, I want to throw it, and then
Smoke
it
grenade,
wags
all right.
behind me,
It's a
and then I
smoke
take
grenade.
another,
that way.
one, Dave,
Not throwing
and I
it.
throw it, and it goes immediately
Yeah, that
left,
way,
and I
right.
throw it straight, and then it wigs back and boomerangs and
like
hits MF in the forehead.
Boomerang grenade.
Can we have mandatory team grenade throwing?
Grenade it, team.
It's gonna help us.
Grenade
Grenade throwing
training.
class.
I don't know what's up with these. You throw it, it's like those kind of like wacky old balls that they had in the 90s you would throw and they just jimble
It's
around.
like worse than a football. Man.
Yeah, it's like a ball with that one of those like weighted balls
When it
inside
bounces,
of it.
it bounces completely
Yeah.
opposite.
Yeah, it's always
Way
scattered,
further
yeah.
than it's
If you don't have to, I place.
Yeah.
Is no throw.
You know, smoke grenades, they don't have an explosive. It's just a,
Yeah.
expulsion of smoke.
Yes, but I see how he throws. He throws.
You can literally like just throw them onto the ground in front of you.
Right,
Yeah.
but we need over there. We no land here. Give. I said. Give.
Okay.
I said.
So you go drop the smoke. All right.
Yeah.
So it's, a few minutes later, all right, you're going to see the helicopter coming in. And Harlequin says, all right, that's your ride. Now, just one question, and I don't, mean to be personable, but now that we're all working together, right, as he smiles, he says, the other people that you were working for, they're not going to come looking for you, are they?
Oh, they probably will.
I am. If I were betting man, and I'm not, I would still say, is good bet. Yes.
Yeah.
sling my giant ass sniper rifle over my shoulder and say, well, they're gonna have to come find us, and then they're gonna have to try and kill us.
But they already know where we're at.
Well,
Yeah, find is.
that means it's gonna be a lot easier for them to get here so we can kill them quicker.
Well, my suggestion would be, and advice would be, to go the other way.
Or we can go the other way.
Is good thought. Is why he is so long life.
All right.
Yes.
Well, I must be off. I've got questions that need answering.
So I am quickly looking at the ground where I swept the cred sticks towards Nomad. Are they still there, or have they just disappeared and I didn't notice?
He picks them up.
He just already picks them up.
Before he leaves, he reaches down and picks them all
All
up.
of them.
Right. He
Okay.
picks them all up. Right. Unless anyone's going to say anything or be like, you know, hey, we could probably use some of those.
Yeah, I'll say.
I don't have the courage.
Oh, you know what? I'll say. Miss, could I ask one more thing?
Yes.
Now, I know money is just an immaterial concept of society that we've made. We'd be able to tackle this a little bit better with some cash. Now, I ain't gonna ask for the $5 million, but that $300,000 cred stick that we were gonna get paid, well, that would allow us to do our jobs a little easier.
He kind of thumbs through them and flicks it to you.
I'll catch it and I'll
He's
say,
all, I hope to see you again soon.
I really
Here.
hope so too.
Here.
You see here.
Yes. Al should be here, and he's more than capable of, he's more than capable of taking care of himself.
I'm gonna go over to Jelly and be like, I was just paid by Harlequin, and I hand it to you. Before you'll have to kind of like tug it out of my hand a little bit.
Signed by Jim.
Yeah.
Jelly, hugging it back.
Jim, yeah, because once we get in the helicopter, I'm immediately taking out my.
There's gonna be the dead serious scene where there's the 5 of us standing. On the other side, there's 3 rows of troops, and the major from the front of the troops will look over and go, "Who the hell's Jim?"
So Harlequin literally walks off. You see him walk through the woods until he disappears out of your sight.
There goes God dang hero.
And there's
And here comes the helicopter. You can see, LT with the helmet on, right, comes in, right, he's through the windshield, of the chopper, and he lands down, right, and he's got the side doors open, and he just lands, and he's kind of like waving frantically, come on.
All right. Well, I'm gonna head over.
Yeah, I'll
Jump in.
stumble over and then hop in. I'll hop on the gun real quick. I'll hop on the gun and say, I really want to fire this when we.
You lay down some suppressive fire in that tree line. We'll get out of here safe.
Say, bless you, LT. And so as we lift off, away from the guys
Hold on.
encampment.
I want to talk to the mage before we lift off.
Oh.
I want to
Aleph,
forward
you
him.
mean?
So everybody else is
Yeah.
loaded up, and then we realize Jelly's over talking to Alan.
All right, okay, all right.
And I'm going to lay out exactly what we watched and how we snuck up on him, what he could do to improve his defenses, and that his pattern is too recognizable and he needs to switch it up way more.
All right, he takes your critique in stride and says, "I'll consider that. Thank you."
Also, we left some shit up on the ridge if you want it. We'll be back soon, but
What kind of shit?
rations.
Oh, I'm good on food.
Go into the helicopter.
Cool. All right, so Jelly catches up, hops into the helicopter.
So,
And says, El says, "Hang on, might be a little rough. Get down here." There's something beeping. You hear something beeping, as you're flying. He's all,
I don't like that.
that beeping's just the intake, right? The impurities in the air. I'm getting a shitty intake, and it's not mixed with the fuel well. But I'm keeping her afloat.
I'm telling him that we're going back to the lab.
Gladys is a hard-earned woman.
Maybe we should bug scan again.
All right, so where are we going?
And I'm gonna see if he just remembers where it is. The laboratory that you drove us to.
Lake Almanor.
He's all, the lake, that big place with the big building that was all crumbled. Wait a minute, we're not going. I remember that girl. That's starting to come back to me now. Why would you want to go back there? You crazy?
We need.
That's a hot zone.
We need something from there.
You should be quick in and out.
We're dropping in behind enemy lines. Small chance of success.
I'm just looking at Jelly.
I'll put a hand on his shoulder and say, I'll give you 2 grenades.
Grenades, what kind?
High explosive. And I'll pull 2 out and kind of jingle them at him.
Here's the
Like keys to a baby.
Yeah.
LT. You're gonna do it anyways, and you get 2 grenades. I don't want to hear any more.
And pizza when we get back.
All right, hopefully we'll try and fly under Charlie's radar, and hopefully that gang SAM sites there ready for us.
So
I'll try and get you in as close as I can.
So over the whoop whoop of the chopper blades and the outside noises, I'm gonna holler, "Hot hens, Are you able to make a lodge like that? Could you put up lodge over, say, I don't know, like a research facility?
I mean, at some point, maybe. Not right now.
You know that if you create a lodge, right? Basically, like when you create the lodge, the size of it has to do with the amount of successes you get on the test to create the lodge.
So I can create it. It just takes time. Okay, cool. I'll say yeah.
Like the size of this table, Maul. You know, it's a starter lodge. But
It's a starter lodge.
It's a tight fit.
Can
Low
everybody
ceiling.
come
it's a
into my-
studio. But you know what?
It's like back when you used to make the pillow forts.
Yeah.
My mage's tent is just like a little like
Hay bales.
It's a camping tent for hunting.
It's a treehouse, but hey.
Oh my god.
So it's something you can do, yes?
Yeah, I could do
The
that.
burrow and the berry
It just
bush.
Okay.
takes me a little bit
Okay.
of time, material.
I think is something we should consider is you know see through, no one else sees through, is good consideration for the future place we know want someone to see through.
Did you bug scan?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's doing that while
no,
we're
yeah.
flying.
Well, I was mentioning doing it while Jelly was doing whatever he was
Okay.
doing.
You're bug scanning what?
The helicopter.
chopper.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. If you start bug scanning the chopper, LT's, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah. Just making a pass, just making sure, we're going into some,
We're in tip-top shape. Gladys here is not going to let us down.
I'm gonna like.
You know
humor
that
him, but I'm
LT's a
just
rigger,
like,
so he is the helicopter. He he
all
he
right.
knows if you're like looking up his skirt, basically at this point. Yeah.
I'm gonna glance
Stop
at
looking up
Jelly.
Stop looking up his skirt.
I don't want to look up LT's skirt, but
You can't make me.
this is crossing the line here. I kind of wanted to double check the equipment we had, maybe on the helicopter or just in our own possession, as well.
Okay.
But
So you give it a thorough once-over while you're flying?
yeah.
Okay. You don't seem to find any tracking devices whatsoever. They seem to be in good repair and
Like,
standard.
Nomad's just paranoid
out-
that
yeah.
we're tipping our hand to our clients. To
Oh,
our,
I mean, like, we're riding a fucking helicopter.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
even if we're not bugged, they're probably gonna know that we abandoned mission here.
Hey, you got me here. Anybody shoot some missiles or anything, I'll either gun it down or I'll shoot it down with magic. It's fine. Dave, it's fine.
And I want you to use your special eye to look out.
You shoot.
your mage side goggle.
Yeah, all of us can look around the
Bunch of,
sky.
like a beholder, bunch of eyes on
Oh
the
yeah, I'm
wires.
gonna take mine off my forehead.
You guys been wearing? I like the way you guys had that conversation with Harlequin. You're all wearing mage side goggles.
And I'm gonna pull these off. I'm gonna say, yeah. Why were you all?
It's
Where?
irrelevant. I want you to look at the lab as soon as you can see it. Make sure there's nothing there.
All right. So when you say look at the lab, what do you mean?
As we approach, I want him to use his zoomy eye and see if he can see these.
Zoomy eye.
Yeah,
Nomad?
I could sit in the cockpit if there is it.
It's
like-
Co-pilot seat in there, then kind of
I mean, I'm assuming that there's two spots in the helicopter that you could sit in the front, and look out the window.
So there's a co-pilot seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And then it seats about 6.
Okay. Yeah, he just wanted to go look out the
I
front
take up
window.
4
Yeah.
spaces.
Force space.
Hey, you take up 2 seats for sure. You take up 2.
click
and
on
then,
the
so
the
2,
old
3,
image link
4,
kind of
5, and then So yeah, you guys are pretty much full load here. You got like 1 extra seat.
Is it like kind of hovering the sideways? Is it a little tilted because of you?
Well, and hopefully you
No,
didn't
he
feel that.
balances it out.
Okay.
Hopefully you didn't
He's kind of
feel that.
following the topography of the landscape. So he's flying pretty low. He's flying through canyons and shit.
Actually,
Pretty cool.
I 100% hope the vampire's still alive so that you can come back. Ah, you finally come back for a. Is that a machine gun? Dun, 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 dun.
He's getting out of the rubble.
Yeah,
Finally, I'm
finally, I'm free.
It's been 17 days.
You know, today's been a good damn day. Rain down hellfire.
So as you guys approach, it takes you about 40 minutes, to get there. You're going to be approaching. He says, "Where do you want me to sit down?"
all right, you guys remember about the turret? We got to go around back. I don't know if that thing can point sky high, but
So what are you talking about? Turrets.
there
Turrets. Oh yeah, those sentry guns.
Yeah.
So, oh man, that could be a problem. We should probably disembark, a little ways away and then probably walk in. I don't know that they're gonna take too kindly to Gladys coming around their backyard.
Yeah, we know how to get in and out safely, so that makes sense.
And I mean, theoretically, it hasn't been too long since we've been there. This is in the Blight, so, has something moved in yet? maybe some critters. But
Are we within eye shot? Can you see anything yet?
I mean, you can see the leg in the distance, and if with your magnified vision, you can see that there's structures there. There's a destroyed structure, and there were 2 other structures. You remember them? One was the barracks, and then
Any lights on?
no lights, and the other one, not a single light on. The other one was the main facility. Remember, most of it was underground.
Yeah. So I'll just kind of feed the footage through the image link to the team.
Okay.
And you guys destroyed this place?
well, no, we destroyed. Well,
We
I
didn't.
and I'll get like a smile on my face. I destroyed part of this place.
He's like, yep, we used one of them rockets that I had fitted to the hood of that truck. I'll never forget it.
It was a beautiful sight. So there we were, this son of a bitch, ghoul, bastard, something.
He's the one that made MF sick.
That's up for debate. We never really got a solid answer. We think it was tied together, but anyway, I went up there for a meeting. He tried getting in my head, and I didn't like him, so I told him, well,
Truth to be told, we used 4 rockets.
Yes, we did. So he wanted one of us, one of our people, in exchange for safety, and I said, sure, let me go get that person for you. To which I came in and told LT, could you get them rockets ready? And well, damn it if LT didn't launch that salvo at him. I also launched a RPG myself just to finish the job.
And he died.
As far as I can tell. I mean, the first initial salvo was actually still alive, but the rocket we figured did the deed, and honestly, oh wait, no, I know he was not alive. I used my little magics to sense if there was any enemies around, and I got no ping, so he was as dead as we could confirm.
So no, we don't know.
So he very well could still be there, and well, damn it if I don't kind of hope so.
I think hope may be the appropriate word.
So, Nomad, you can give me a perception test with a threshold of 4.
And feel free to tip it.
There's the motherfucker right there. He has 4 rockets. I also like the idea of like carved into the dirt, giant "I'm alive."
Nice try.
Nice try.
Does it get the visual bonus?
Sure does. Well,
Right.
visual bonus. What do you mean? Yes, it's
Just-
a visual.
yeah,
It's a
it
visual
says-
thing.
Yeah, if it's visual or auditory because of my cyberware.
It's not auditory, but it's visual.
Okay, I got 3, but I got 1 in the bank, and I can use 1 and turn a 4 into a 5.
There we go.
Give you 4.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to notice that the sentry guns that were on top are before when you originally were here, they were moving, they were scanning, they were active. They are slumped down, both of them.
Oh.
Guns look cold from here, boss.
I mean, I guess they had to die out eventually.
Or there's someone to turn them off. that's
Could be
already there.
inactive
It's
and just
possible if
waiting
we
for
turn 'em
detection.
off. I mean, we moved much things.
You know that they were on when you left.
Oh, did we?
We left them
Oh,
on
okay.
specifically for guarding.
Yeah, maybe somebody's been here, maybe.
All right, well, I
You
could always.
see nothing else? You see no
Yeah, I want to make sure to scan
cars,
for
trucks,
yeah,
bikes.
any movement, life signs.
Fence, front fence is open. shut.
The other thing you're going to see is you're going to see
Heat signs.
large piles of what look to appear to be probably casings around the base of the sentry gun. So it
Something.
looks like
Perhaps
they've
there
been
was-
discharged.
Yeah, perhaps there was some conflict on
Well,
site
maybe
here.
you should go take a round.
Yeah, let's set this bird down and I'll zip over there see if I can see anything.
How far? All right. So he looks for a place to set down. He can set down about a quarter mile out.
That should be good.
All
I
right.
think.
He's all right. I'll set down here.
So
What are you going to do?
Well,
Am I dropping you off? Am I heading out to a safe LZ, or are we going to set up a perimeter?
No, let's have you stay here for right now, and well, I mean, we still have flares, right? I think the old system still works.
Now I don't need to be a stick in the mud here, but old Gladys here can only hold so much in her bladder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're going to need some fuel. So if you can find it, that facility, they might have fuel there.
Okay. Yes.
All right, we'll look for some fuel.
Alrighty.
Oh, there was the garage. That's a very good.
There was a motor pool, like the
Yeah.
barracks / motor pool.
Yeah. All right, let me go zip over there see if I see any alive signs.
Let me see here. All right, so where are you going? When you go astrally project, where are you going?
I will start
exactly?
with the barracks,
Okay.
and I want to see.
And the barracks is the old country club. The barracks is the thing we blew up.
No.
There
Oh, yes.
was a
I'm
lit-
sorry. Yes.
Yes.
So what's
Oh,
left is the motor pool
That's
and mess
it.
hall.
The motor pool is what I'm going to go
Yeah.
to first.
All right. So what you got?
You're actually projecting.
You gotta roll a perception test. And,
I didn't hear you tell me to call. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's
You're
all
going to
right.
look in, yeah. So go and make an astral perception. And let's see what you see as you go into the motor pool, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I mean not just a motor pool.
That's where it starts.
First thing, motor pool.
Yeah. I mean, please look at all of the buildings. And then get attacked by a giant bird.
Reroll 3.
3. When you go into the motor pool, you see that there are 2 astral signatures. There are 2 bipedal forms kind of skulking around, kind of, you know,
Menacingly.
not really menacing. It doesn't look like they're have any direction. They're just sort of meandering.
Like ghoul-like.
Well, they are. You know, they're fairly. They're walking upright, right? The ghouls that you fought kind of hunked down below and kind of leaped forward on their all fours. These 2 are you know, they look like people, but they're awakened. Without sensing them, you won't know.
And if I sense them, they have a chance of knowing that I'm
Correct.
sense them. Okay. I can always sense that. No, I should go zip over and check the other building. So I'm gonna
check the
see
main
them.
building where, remember, the top floor was the administrative with all the cubicles, which
Yes.
is where the vault was, and then down below was where the lab was.
I'll start up above, go administration, see what we see in
Okay,
there.
so go ahead and give me another perception test.
Could you spend that last one, hun?
Gonna spend that last chip
Yeah.
for that.
I got
all right.
2.
You got 2. I got 1. So you see there are more of these upright individuals. There are about 15 or so meandering about the cubicles
15 what?
of these
Of these
upright,
people.
bipedal, awakened people.
Are there any of the administrative level?
That's where he's at.
That's where I'm at.
Yes, there are. So there's lots. Great.
Okay.
2 in the motor pool, 15 in the.
So here's what I'm
Bunch of
thinking,
mages.
guys, and what I'm gonna do.
Bunch of
is-
mages.
I'm basically gonna, David. I'm gonna get myself ready. I want to sense and be ready to immediately run.
Okay.
That's my goal.
So go and give me a sensing test, and I'm gonna roll perception to see if I notice.
Yeah, it's.
Oh boy.
I'm about to get ready to fucking book it astrally. Well, fucking hell, man. Oh wait, I get 1 free roll at least.
I have 2 hits.
Unless we're out of chips.
You don't have any names.
I'm out of edge currently. Okay, I guess they see me. I got a 1.
Got a 1. All right. So you got 1. So with your 1 a sensing roll, you do gather some information, and I'll tell you what that is. It's sensing. 1. The general state of the subject's health, whether they are healthy or ill. Their general health state is they are very ill.
Oh.
The general emotional state of the subject is confused. Whether the subject is mundane or awakened, they are awakened. That's what you get for your 1.
Hey guys, there's a bunch of confused, awakened, ill people over here. We should
Bunch
just
of
gun them down.
awakened, confused, awakened people in here. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to roll initiative.
Oh, this is horseshit, Dave. No.
So let me see.
They're about to. They can't do anything though. They're sick.
I was gonna say that they could be the ladies, but we shot them all. But can a ghoul still do stuff if they're shot in the head?
You don't know what these are.
Well,
Are you fucking me right now? I rolled 2-1. Okay, the lowest I could get. My initiative's 8,
That's awesome.
Dave.
Okay, I got a 9. That's awesome.
Fucking fuck. Are
That's
you
awesome.
serious?
Got a
Is
9.
failure? Pat, no, it doesn't count
Wow.
as a glitch. You can't glitch on initiative.
Classic hot hands.
All right, I'm like, I imagine myself like astrally stretching to get ready to sprint, and I'm just like, all right, and googly eyes. Not everybody at home. I put my fingers in circles up to my hand, kind of wah-wah-wahing them.
So
Deer in headlights.
as you're like stop and sensing one of them, you know, you could be above the ground.
That's kinda
but
what I was
One of
thinking.
them turns kind of quickly and like starts waving its hands and starts running towards you.
What the fuck?
Right?
I'm-
It starts running towards. It's going around and it's following the line of the office cubicles. You know, trying to get the most direct route, but you see it's moving fast. And as it starts to move, others see it and start to move in the same direction,
menacingly?
menacingly.
Oh my god.
Very, very menacingly. Thanks for
I just
asking.
waving arms. Maybe it's needs help.
Okay, so Dave, is it my
It's your turn.
Okay, God, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here,
All right,
Dave.
so you like, bam.
So I want to
You're
do
back
is,
to your body, unless you want to do something else.
no, I don't want to go back to my body. What I
Okay.
want to do is I want to go to kind of where the gate is for this place.
Okay.
And what I want to do is I want to see if they follow. Like, are they gonna like follow me out the building?
Okay,
It would
so
be nice to see them.
you go out to the gate and you wait a few minutes. You don't see anybody.
Okay. Okay. And I go.
And we can't see the gate.
You literally like go through the
Yeah.
wall and like, right, you take off.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna now go back to my body.
Okay. You're back.
All right, well, dead silent too. All right, well, so there's people there, but they are very ill, and they
So
are
he's like
awakened.
Natasha.
Yeah, they're all awakened. There's about 15 up in the administration.
But she, I don't remember.
No, she was not awakened.
She was not? Okay.
As far as I remember, she was not awakened. Natasha,
She was not.
she was not.
She's talking about the girl with tubes in her.
Yes.
Tube lady.
Tube lady was not.
Tube lady, as Jelly likes to refer to her. Tube
So,
lady was not awake.
What about resident who spoke to you in Brain?
well, no,
Is his people's...
these
vacant?
didn't move like ghouls.
They moved like people.
They moved like people, and
But, but when you had sensed them, you seemed
Yeah.
to catch the attention of one and seemed to you're agitated.
they were awakened. One of them saw me and started running after me, and then all the others started to join.
Running after you.
Well, they saw me while I was in the astral plane. They're in the physical, so they were running towards
Well,
me.
they're awakened, so they're also in the
Yeah.
astral plane.
Yeah. So they can see.
They could be dual-natured. Obviously, they're dual-natured.
Yeah, they're dual-natured, so they saw me, started running towards me, so they were going to try and swipe at me or try to do something. I didn't want to stick around too long. I backed up a little to try and see if they would follow me, but once I got out of the area, they stopped.
Were they limited by their physical bodies, it seemed? Perhaps we could use that.
No, they move pretty quick.
They were running at full blast. It looked like a person running at a sprint, but they did seem to be following. They seem to be limited by the actual partitions of the
There you
cubicles.
go, yes.
So you say it's 2 in motor pool.
2 in motor pool and 15.
So
Pull them out to the gate.
maybe
Long
stealth
range them,
squad
pow, pow,
go
pow.
in, check out. I'm looking at Jelly with my hand up, and take out.
I mean, we need
2
that
in
fuel.
motor pool. Even if we use weapons, is probably not here in administration.
So now the other thing we gotta think about is these creatures are dual natured. They're looking the astral.
Is this something
World.
different? This is not just someone like me.
We can't
well,
take any chances getting
If
anybody
they're
infected
dual
again.
natured, they're gonna have a vision of us if they're seeing us walking around. So
Did
they're gonna be
they-
able to see us a little easier.
Did they seem to be concentrated on any particular area?
They were just
Kind of
meandering.
yeah.
When MF got turned into the ghoul, was he also dual natured then?
I mean, you're dual natured. No, you are.
He's
right?
awakened. Yeah,
I am
he's
you're
dual
awakened.
natured.
I am, but I
No,
am
you're not dual
I meant
natured.
LT.
You're awakened.
Not by title. 'Cause
No,
I cannot-
LT was not dual natured. I do not remember him becoming dual
It didn't
natured.
change that about him.
MF has an astral signature because you're awakened.
I meant
Yeah.
LT.
No, LT when he was taken over
Oh, right,
was
LT
he?
was
Yeah,
not,
he
no.
was not dual natured. No.
Okay, so they probably aren't. I mean, because I'm thinking maybe this virus.
What about is
I can't remember actually. now.
is
It was-
interesting scene is vampire and ghoul virus is very similar. Is different strains is genetic difference, but is same basis. Is possibly is vampires.
It could be, but where'd they come from?
Okay. Well, and if it. Wait. Okay. Actually, this is me not knowing. Are vampires an actual thing in Shadowrun?
Yes.
Okay. And
You know
are,
vampires exist.
do we need are they evil in the sense of we
Yes.
got to put them down? Okay. Well
Yes,
then.
vampires would be an evil thing. Yes.
Okay. Cool. So I'll say.
Maybe they're.
And you know, I
They're
can't
nice vampires.
say.
There might be nice vampires out
I
there.
can't say that I've been able to hunt vampires yet, so that does sound like a bucket list kind of
Day
item.
shift.
So, what we could do is I like the idea of the stealth. The other alternative is we create a ruckus out and about, see if they come out.
You can't climb on walls, can you?
No concern.
Well, I
In fact,
can't.
I can.
So
In fact, you
consider
can.
Yes.
consider
I
a
can
problem.
do that.
I have gecko gloves, so I can just pow, pow, pow.
If he make noise and somehow his communication either telepaths or radios or some shortwave, and we knows it works. If we do this and 2 come, maybe 15 come, and maybe 100 more is in basement or in labs.
That's
Instead,
the thing.
is go stealth. I mean, Jelly is your choice, but is go stealth. We go in, we observe 2, at longest distance Nomad has, and then take out his fun thing is take out his prejudice, his name.
Well, perhaps it's possible they're attracted to the box or something else here. We're not sure, but I don't think we can take any chances when it comes to infecting anyone else.
But we do a distance this
Yes.
this two. We know what is.
Safe and precise.
At least we see what is. And Hot Hands comes is also see what is. And then you do other thing where you look, and because you just say you observe, but you look and you say is this, right? You say is seek, is
Another
Yeah, I
to
could do
think
some more
about.
sense and
Getting back into the safe.
yes, is we must go through is say 15, but we need to know what is, right?
But even getting into the actual safe.
oh wait, we just need the passcode. I have it right here in my journal. I'm like, was there? I don't remember anything else but holding us but the
So
passcode.
then, what if we have Nomad go on the outside of the building?
I could always
And
gecko
while
crawl
we're-
with him.
While we're dealing with the 15, he gets, and we don't even necessarily have to deal with the 15.
We could just
We know
lure
deal
him.
with two to at least see what is.
We should
I think we
probably.
should start there. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it also could be the start of something bigger, so perhaps we should also take that opportunity to stamp this out while we can.
We don't know who's in there. It could be Girl Scouts.
I don't think
Girl
it was
Scouts.
Girl Scouts. And if it
Yeah.
was, well, what are the Girl Scouts doing out this far in the Blight? Those ain't Girl Scouts anymore. We gotta put them down.
They did not look like Girl Scouts.
They did not look like Girl Scouts. I saw no.
They were adults.
They
No
were
sashes.
adults. No sashes, no nothing. And there's one thing I know: is Girl Scout sashes. They're little pins. They shine in the astral.
If you think about it, so if grow up and was Girl Scouts and has no cookies to sell, is maybe nothing to do, and
You know, maybe
you
they
wait for singing life.
maybe they are just depressed ex Girl Scouts. We could just be killing innocent people, I
this is-
suppose.
No.
No, everyone, no, we can't
All
think
right.
about that.
Well, if we can start with the motor pool.
Yeah, draw them out into the open, and we'll do what we can. to
She
take 'em
says
out.
we start with the motor pool, and I'm already gearing up.
Okay.
Hot Hands, maybe let MF use your rifle for this.
No. Yes, I have. It's all
To
good.
be honest, this thing might kick him off. Well, no, you're pretty strong.
I can handle. I just say
And then
no.
what I do is I stack it upwards next to you, and I say, "This thing is twice your length, bud."
I can handle this. It's not Isu.
What?
Isu is I do better with these.
That's fair.
There's,
right.
What does the roof of this building look like?
Roof of the motor pool?
No, the roof of the admin building.
Oh, it's a solid, stone reinforced.
Flat or peaked is I'm
Flat.
sure what you're asking.
It's flat.
Yeah.
So
Does it even have the airline landing thing on it?
No.
I mean, not the airline. I'm sorry, the
The
helicopter.
helipad. The helipad does not have the helipad.
Get ready.
It doesn't have the
I
helipad.
mean, to me, like the biggest threat were the turrets. We traded the turrets for this unknown threat here. Could be better, could be worse. But if they seem to respond to Hot Hands' astral form, then it seems to me that we can take them out with a low risk approach. You know,
Did you say you-
instead of sending someone in and then having run the risk of being overwhelmed?
Is why I think maybe we go to 2 and we approach from distance. You see this scope. You look in. You see. You tell if he's not frightening. We go in. We execute, and then we have more info.
The front gate, from what I recall, remains intact, or did we cut
Yes.
through it?
No. The front
it's
gate
all
is
intact.
intact.
do we still have the drawing?
The side gates are not intact any longer, so...
Correct.
A
We
question
destroyed
for Hot
those.
Hands. Did they seem intelligent at all in their way that they were tracking you or trying to catch you?
They
Did
saw
seem-
me and ran.
So it's not out of the question to believe that they might get confused by the fact that the gate's closed and they can't get through.
It's true.
So I think we should leverage the front gate. If any get through, we have Patrick. We could set up at range and just,
Hold
draw
this
them
way.
out here and
I mean, we did it with
lay
the
'em out.
dogs.
Yeah.
So these are the turrets that we drew, I think.
The turrets were the problem, but now it seems that these creatures have taken the turrets out.
I
for
mean,
us.
honestly,
Is Wasn't there another dog? Did we destroy
We
those?
killed
I thought
all
there
the
was.
dogs.
We did.
Yeah.
And were there any like corpses or bodies in the yard from what the turrets were shooting at?
Good question.
Before they ran, they ran out of
thought-
shells.
I mean, I feel like you would have mentioned those.
Oh shit, that's something to think about. Yeah, they made it past the turret where the bot. That's good.
Like what did they hit with all those bullets?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's use our brains. We know that the turrets shot at something. We know that there's no bodies, right, Dave?
You do not see bodies, no.
It's possible that they retrieved the bodies afterwards, after the turrets were ran out. That's totally a possibility.
Do we know how? Would I know how
right.
strong a vampire is? Like, would they be able to soak bullets up that
You don't know, you never
quickly?
shot one with a gun.
None of us has vampire experience to my knowledge.
No.
What about vampire lore?
Didn't teach that.
Where's Buffy?
Yeah, how well known are vampires? To everyone, like, yeah, we know what vampires.
No, they're not. No, you know,
We have heard.
you've heard of
they
vampires.
exist.
Whether they are real or not, you have never been able to confirm. You've never met one. You've heard the stories, but from people that have spent time on the BBS and things like that, you've read several accounts of like, there are vampire warrens and things like that and covens that exist out there that have been eradicated and things like that in different areas. So, you feel confident that vampires exist. You've just never met one.
Well,
And the thought of it doesn't sound too.
well, it is daytime too. So if it is a vampire, then I guess we can assume that we can just come outside. Assuming.
Is not necessarily true, because it's same as I say is similar strains. If he's correct, they maybe come in light. Maybe they
What
know
time of day
as
is
much
it?
power,
Actually, it's morning, right?
It's daytime.
Yeah, we're like, what, maybe cracking noon?
And they did come out.
And if they are vampires, they are already out in motor pool. So that is not as important.
That's fair.
Yes.
They were by the windows too, so if they were vampires, the sun would have hit them.
So
Damn
let's-
it, no vampires.
Let's talk about the after. We figure out what they are.
Yes.
We decide then if we want to.
I say you then decide if we assault 15 or if we figure out a plan. But until we know what is not helpful.
Would it be possible to split one off and get it somewhere close to the gate where we can get a
Motor
closer
pool
eye
would be
on
the
it?
best for that.
You mean like have bait?
Yeah, astral bait.
I mean, I'm
Hot Hands
fine.
does that normally anyway, so.
I'm fine going and being like you fellas and having them
Vampire
follow
baiting.
me.
But if something happens to him in there, we can't save him.
Well, no, I mean, if they were gonna do something other than run at me and they'll throw some magic, they probably would have.
That was one's inside there. Maybe outside is more powerful. Maybe outside is ones with,
Well,
explodey distance
Well,
things.
then I guess the good thing is if y'all see my body start bleeding, then you know you should get the fuck out of here.
We don't have that choice.
I'm the canary.
I don't think is Jelly's choice. I think stealth. We go in, we look, we figure out, we come back, then we talk.
I could zip over pretty quick and lead them.
No.
At least lead them out into the light.
All right, let's go. We're going to the motor pool first.
All right, so we're going stealth mission.
So you guys are all going together?
That's my question.
All right, I rack another shell, catch the one that pops out, and then load it back in the gun.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
So is Nomad staying back, or is he going in?
I'm not quite sure, yeah. I guess that's what I'm trying to
I
understand.
mean, Nomad,
What is
you.
the plan?
There's windows on the motor pool, right?
The motor pool has some windows up high.
No, you should come
So,
with us because if there's any.
here's-
The motor pool has
Well,
a high ceiling.
Here's one thing that I noticed from last time we did this. It didn't matter if we're being led by a 15 stealth guy or a 5 stealth guy. We were only rolling 4 stealth.
Right.
It didn't matter.
Yeah.
Hey, you're
So
only
there's
as
no
stealthy as the
advantage.
loudest guy.
Unless
No, I
you
know,
send
but-
in a stealth
but
team.
In my opinion,
We
you
could
know,
do that.
there should be something that Nomad can do to be like, lead the way through the bushes and choose the right paths
So
and
maybe we
not
should
go
just,
over the.
Maybe this initial
But,
one
like-
should just be stealth
Yeah.
people.
If I'm saying like if we don't need my stealth score, then yes, I don't have to. I could cover from the fence, and then if y'all trigger something, I could start shooting while you're running outside,
Who has
hoping
stealth
that
as a
nobody gets
skill?
bit.
Well, let's take a look at the. Let's understand how the teamwork tests
Yeah.
work, right? So the teamwork tests. Perform a teamwork test. Select one person as the leader. Anyone else involved is a helper. So you all roll the same test, and all the helpers add 1 die to the leader's test
For each success.
for every success.
Now, does that to you, Game Master, sound reasonable in the case of a stealth?
I think in stealth, you're only as
Stealth is a
quiet
little
as the
different.
loudest guy. So I would say that that you guys can do a teamwork test, but the leader is going to be the person with the worst stealth.
That's what I'm saying. So there's no point in me leading a stealth team.
So,
But you're all adding bonuses to the loudest guy, if that makes sense.
But did we that way the last time?
No.
Yeah, no, that's.
I don't think it's the way we did it last time, but
No.
We did not.
So
We didn't roll
what
helper,
if we just
but-
send in MF and Nomad?
there you go.
We could, and then you guys would be. I mean,
And then if you don't have to do a teamwork test, you can make individual tests and just say, this is how stealthy MF is, this is how stealthy Nomad is. Because your stealth roll
And we can see
sets
everything
my
because of
my
Nomad.
threshold to hear you.
Yes, it's a lot safer, but also we may not be able to outrun whatever creatures this is as Hot Hands can. And, you know, if we're the ones under attack, well, then who's going to shoot up all the creatures? And then we got to throw in, like, Hot Hands and Patrick, which we obviously don't want these things getting close enough to bite Patrick.
All right,
E-
so-
except for anything as a last resort.
I didn't want to be in the position of micromanaging, but you have a massive distance on your weapon.
Yeah.
The two of us go in via stealth.
Yeah.
You get to the point where you can utilize your weapon. You're going to use it for sight. You're going to see what they look like. If they look like this, that, or the other thing, you're
Yeah.
going to be able to report that back. Actually, put
Well, I
it
know
through
it's
your
weird,
spec.
but my eye can see as far as my scope can on
I
my
get
weapon.
that.
They're
So
the
what I'm
same,
saying is
so
we
I don't
get to
have to
that
use my
point.
weapon to be able to see a long
Yeah.
distance.
They're
Right.
not the Flash. So we're going to be in a
Yeah.
fairly extreme range. At that point, we know what they are, and it's the two of you. So chances
But
are
do
they
we know
won't
what
have
they
seen
are?
us. We
will.
don't know what they
We'll
are.
be able to see if there's something visible.
I mean, we're not going to know what they are until we get some, you know, level of reaction or behavior out of them.
Yes, exactly. But we'll at least see them. So if you look at them and they're
That's why I'm saying
humanoid-
draw them to the gate, and we
Well,
can see them.
all
We
right.
can, if we can split one off and draw it to the gate, we can do the same thing, but under
then they
much
would know
safer
that
circumstances.
So
someone
what
drawing
he
them.
saw was a humanoid-looking
Yeah.
creature.
Okay,
that
right.
could be.
If they're right, okay.
That could
I
be a
didn't
lizard
consider
man.
that.
It could be a tabaxi. It could be a minotaur.
It looked
What I'm
like a
saying-
human. It looked
Yeah,
like
but
human.
I'm
It
saying
looked
it
human.
looked.
But
it
they could
be-
communicate and say, "Hey, there's somebody out here." But
Right,
they also could have
right.
said, "Hey, there's a spirit floating
And
up
we
there.
are at
Let's
a
go eat it."
great distance. So
Yeah.
I think that's the best way.
So to give you an idea, so the distance from the front gate to the motor pool is about 60 yards.
Oh, it's that close.
Yeah,
I
that's-
thought it was
yeah.
like a half mile.
No,
That's why I
I'd be
was
like
picturing
way
we're
over there.
up the
No.
street from the gate.
Yeah.
We pull them
So
to
the
the
main
gate,
gate,
and then
you've
we
got
shoot
the
'em if we're
the motor
supposed to
pool
shoot 'em.
is, you know,
You know.
If it's 60 yards,
I'm gonna call it 100 yards. I'm gonna call it 100
even at
yards.
100 yards, can he see in already?
We're not at the gate.
Yeah, not where the gate is. So if you're standing in front of the gate, the motor pool is off on the left, and the entrance of the motor pool is right at 90 degrees.
So the thing is, we go around the gate, we go at a diagonal, and we get to the farthest point, and you start looking. And the second you can see him, we then can ask what's the next step.
Yeah, that's fine. I think
All right.
I think we should definitely get some more info.
So that's what I say we should
you could
do.
follow the fence line, which would take you to where you could get a visual of the opening of the motor, because the motor pool bay doors are open.
Yep.
I guess my concern is that if we send the whole party in and then we immediately get overrun by whatever's, then
Then
Be a
it's
problem.
crisis mode.
right.
Right.
But if I mean like, you-
Right. We have the initiative here. We have the leverage, so we should take that opportunity, as MF said, to gather more info and just make our decisions accordingly.
See those two things there.
I think it makes sense to start with looking, and I think that trotting everybody out is a bad idea. Honestly, I didn't really build Jelly to go into combat
No,
situations.
you didn't.
I really thought I was going to be sitting somewhere the whole time. That's not been the case so
And
far.
but you could, as long as we have radio contact. Our problem has been radio contact. You're thinking that you're Oracle.
That's what I was picturing
Yeah,
when I built
exactly,
this, yeah.
exactly. And it would work if we ever went anywhere where we had, but we do have some small, and his eye, we've already figured out, can get at least that distance. So you have all that information and can call shit in.
So how far away can you start looking at stuff? What's the range?
I think it's like 50 times my normal vision. So I mean,
So at least
you know,
100 yards.
So
At
if
bare
you get
minimum.
to the gate, you could.
yeah, I mean, the game mechanics strictly just
Another
define it as giving me one extra perception die on
Another
the
thing to
visual
consider
test, but
is that we dropped a helicopter a quarter mile from this
yeah,
place and nothing
they
happened.
didn't really get disturbed by that. Yeah.
And so it's probable there's a lot of intelligence. The mob mentality with that makes me think that they're probably not like. But
Could you just send me in? And I can get their attention.
We've seen what variations of this blight can do to living creatures, and
and if you get bit by one of them,
I
then
won't. We have 2 sniper rifles, right? I'll just yell and then start running.
You remember what we just did in Louisiana?
I don't want
That-
to talk about Louisiana.
You remember that thing that happened? That's because one bite.
I thought you said you weren't sure if they were ghouls.
We don't know what they are.
That's
could
why I
be-
don't know.
They could be a whole other mutation.
That's why I say variation. We're really not sure what we're dealing with here.
We found some fucked up shit down there.
It could be anything. I mean, any number of things could have crawled out of that lab.
Patrick, you do not know the story of the complex. This is where I worked 20 years ago. It originally was Yamatetsu, is now Evo, but he is no one here for many time. 20 years, as I say. So when we come, other people are doing things here, are using lab for other things. We don't know what is. We didn't even cover whole space. We look in places, we find what we look for. Important thing is gone, we have, but we no look to see, kick tires and stuff, see what comes out. So we don't know what is.
We could get airlifted in, right? I mean, if they're not intelligent, we
You
could
mean
just,
from like ropes?
we could just get airlifted to the ceiling. There's a ladder out the back of the ceiling that
Just going on
we
the
were
side.
using when we were living there for 9 days.
I mean,
We
you would-
do that, we're gonna have to find some fuel though. I think
I think the motor pool still is a viable
Yeah.
option for the fuel component.
to be honest-
should be plenty of fuel. Is concerned to get back to Seattle, but we are not that far off. We have fuel to go in and back, so is extra fuel to get us to Seattle. Is thing I say before, where we need to find it someplace.
Okay.
And motorpool, I don't know, is LT. Is motorpool has normal motorpool has fuel you use for chopper?
Of course it does.
So
You should have a Mo gas pump and a JP8 pump. I recommend the JP8 since this is the only thing that turbines are going to fly on.
So it kicks in idea again is we go in, we look, we see, we then make decision.
Either
We
way,
stay
need to
here
get into
is
the
learn
motor
nothing.
pool. Any which way, we have to get into the motor pool.
Yes.
So might
So-
as well just
so-
start with the motor pool.
There might be a gas pump somewhere near the motor pool, but it may not be inside. I'd look for a pump station around the perimeter of the motor pool somewhere. Unless it's a remote location. That'd be weird.
Alright, so we can do this. We'll all go in. Jelly, you can stay back if you want. But Nomad, you should go ahead of us a little bit. So you can be the first. You'll be able to sneak in there easier than us. You get first eye, we'll be right behind you. Anything
So
goes.
2 groups. Maybe MF and Nomad first?
Yeah, if we can
So-
be right behind you.
Out of character, where exactly is the safe? Is it on the 3rd floor or on the basement? Or is it
The
like
safe's on the top floor, right?
Safe's
The
on the
safe
s-
is on the ground floor.
Yes.
it's on the ground floor, which was not below? Like I thought we were
Right,
going
correct.
down into
No.
Not for
No,
the
the sub
safe.
that's where the
the
lab
sub
is.
level. Okay, so it's on
I
just the
forget the lab
ground
was
floor.
underground.
Okay.
The lab was underground, the administrative was up top.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, sounds good to me.
Okay, so MF and Nomad are gonna scout ahead, and then we're gonna follow behind.
So let's go. We get to distance, you keep eye on. As soon as you have, you mention we all see.
And while we know there's a hole in the side gate near this building, so we should probably head around that instead of going.
Did you
straight
guys
through.
melt a hole in the side gate before?
No, remember the
There
dogs.
was already.
The dogs, yes.
Yeah.
Mhm, right.
So, Patrick, your job is to make sure Jelly stays alive.
Maybe our tentative,
Jelly's coming with us.
yeah. Maybe our tentative evacuation point is the roof of the admin building.
That would be a good spot. LT could swoop in. Wouldn't have to even put the bird down.
I hate to be rude, but why?
We have no matrix here. We can't transmit information back and forth.
Got a flare gun and pink smoke.
We need to be
May
within range
I-
for Jelly to make intelligent decisions.
It falls to me to be impertinent, but is 2 of us go in, is 2 of us look, is no one else need go, is 2 of us look, is 2 of us see, then we make decision. Now we have no information.
Well, let's let
We
him.
don't need escape plan. We don't even go in place to escape from. We simply look.
We just look.
Say, all right,
Let's go
well
look.
then, let's let them go look. And Hope for the best.
My understanding is that MF and Nomad just want to do some recon. Then come back, report, so you guys can formulate a better plan and approach.
That was the initial thought.
Yeah.
All right, let's let them do it.
Yeah. I mean, so we'll.
No sense in everyone going on the recon mission.
I agree.
All right.
Right. All right, so we'll prepare for that.
All right.
Gotcha.
So are you guys? So the side gate was around the. If you're looking straight at the facility, it was around the left side.
What does straight at mean?
So if you're looking. So if you're looking
straight, it's over
straight
here.
on at
So
the
it's
gate in front of you. The motor pool's to the left, 100 yards in, and the entrance comes out facing the right-hand side of the facility. You know that the hole in the fence, the gate where the Hellhounds, where you guys fought the Hellhounds, is on the left side of the facility. So you know, in order to get a clean visual of the motor pool or what's inside, you need to go around the right side of the fence line so you can look across and into the motor pool. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So we'll definitely take a break on the way in just to make sure we can't see anything sort of as we're approaching. But then whenever the coast is clear, then we'll move to the side and head up to the melted part of the gate. And do you have any long range?
No.
So I mean,
No, but we're talking 100 yards. I can see 100 yards.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys are gonna.
So you don't want the rifle. It's too big.
No.
So you guys are going to move in on the facility, and then you're going to move around the left side of the facility towards the melted hole in the gate.
Yeah. Assuming things look clear.
I thought it was the right side that would give us advantage into looking.
It did. But
So I want to go to the right. I'm going to say.
Oh, so just for the recon mission, we shouldn't go to the
yes.
opening. Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah.
And we don't even
MF's
need to
right.
go in gate. We go around fence.
We're the furthest away for them to get to.
Yes,
So this
and
is
we are on the
the
other side of fence.
onto scale.
Right.
Yeah.
Gate.
So yes, Dave. We're
I'm
going
still
to
on
the
the-
right-hand
I'm
side,
still on the
following
first
the
mission.
fence line.
Yeah.
Motor pool.
Yeah. But
Doors
what
to the
Dave's
motor
point
pool.
was that if we went
Right,
to the
so
left side, we could
this is
see
the,
the entrance
the
to the motor pool
admin,
instead of the
right?
back side of the motor pool.
Okay.
No,
And the big
right
building that you
side
guys
towards
destroyed
the
is like
entrance.
here. So
the
you
entry
get around.
into the
Actually, the motor
motor
pool
pool is around
sticks
the
out
left.
like this.
The
So you can
opening
see
to the motor
between,
pool
so
is
you
to
need
the
to
right.
get over
We
here.
don't want to
Okay.
go in. We want to
You want
see.
to go in, you want
Okay.
to go in here.
I
This is the main
see.
gate.
Then yes.
You guys are out here somewhere.
I misunderstood. So yeah, instead we'll go to the right so that we
Okay.
can see.
So we're here. You guys need to go around here.
That's what we've realized. I've realized.
That's one of those things where, as a game master, I just clarify and then I let you guys go
Right.
there. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that would have been one of those
no,
things where you're like, wait a minute, we should have known what we were doing. But
Everybody list everything they're taking now.
Yeah.
I assume that you have
My
everything
stuff's
that's on
here.
your character sheet. Totally
Yeah, my
not,
stuff's here.
you know,
I mean,
completely reasonable for you guys to have everything that you have.
I
Unless
have the FNHAR and I have the Browning Ultra Pistol.
all right.
That is
nothing's-
presently it. At some point, I need to get another fucking knife, but I don't
And you have
it
the
presently.
two-way radio on your back.
Still have the radio.
No, I will take that off.
Okay.
I would have taken that off the second we got in the chop.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So
Anyone wearing mage sight goggles?
Nope.
Okay.
Even that. 'cause I didn't see
I want to
the
make
other-
sure you
I'm
guys are
gonna
running around with fucking Oculus is on.
I'm
Hey.
keeping it on my person though now.
Okay.
Now that I'm like, I don't know why
That's
these
really
guys have
Well, it's
handy for you
actually
guys to
useful to
fire
you.
around
Yeah.
corners. Yeah, it's great.
yeah.
All right, so you guys are gonna stealth up
Got
along the right
3
side of the
extras.
fence. So I'll go ahead and have you both make a stealth roll.
And are you streaming your eyeball to us?
Yes,
Nomad?
I am keeping my image link open as long as I have signal range to.
Okay. So go ahead and let me know what you get on your. All right. So
I have 3.
All right. MF's got
Oh,
3.
boy. I have. Okay, yeah, I have 3 as well.
Okay. 3 and 3. All right.
Man, that's a lot of dice. I'm only getting 3.
So you guys seem to sneak around the right side of the fence line. You don't see anything as you go along the fence line. You are going to see that the front gate is ajar.
Oh, that's
You
nice.
see that as you get closer, there are casings all over the main gate area, and there are casings around. You can see the piles as you come around the corner, on one corner where the sentry gun is up above. There are round casings all over the ground.
Yeah, so my plan would have been a failure. Just reporting that now. We don't want to draw them out to the front gate where the front gate's open, and then they.
Right. It's open about 4 feet. There's a 4-foot gap. Something's
All right.
either forced it open or it started open then stopped something. It doesn't look like it's been damaged. It's still on its track.
So you cannot see anything inside.
Well, so as
Yeah,
you guys
can see everything I can see.
all right, cool. So as you guys continue along the fence line, you get to a point where you can see across the courtyard and across to the motor pools. Go ahead and give me a perception test. This is a visual thing.
Does urban count for this situation? Urban.
There's buildings.
There are buildings, but it doesn't count as urban.
buildings are urban though. Dave.
There's
So
pavement.
I have 3
But
successes.
you're not in an urban setting. You're definitely in a rural setting.
Oh, but I do get to roll my perception, my visual. Though.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, 3.
Nice.
All right, so you got 3.
I have 2.
Okay. So, MF, you don't see, from where you're at, do you have any kind of vision enhancement,
no,
thermographic?
literally just me.
Oh, you're a dwarf, you have thermographic.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to you. With your thermographic, you're gonna see the heat sig. Actually, no, you're not.
Oh.
So,
Because
I do
they're
have
dead.
cyber.
with your 3, you see
cybergraphic.
that there are 2 individuals. One that has its back to you. It has a like maybe a dark green coat, waist length coat on, and is standing in front of a workbench. And every once in a while, it makes a sporadic movement, like maybe it's frustrated, or it's doing something, and then it's still, and then makes a sporadic movement.
That doesn't look like a
Is
ghoul.
it army green?
Yes, it's like a kind of a dark, kind of army green type color. It's not camouflage, but it's like a olive drab.
So, Jelly, you see this? Yes? You see?
But you also see through your feed that there's another one that is sitting on top of the hood of a truck that's in there. Looked like the truck maybe was in the motor pool, maybe for repair or something like that. There's a trench underneath that would be used to repair or work on things underneath, and it's sitting on the hood, right? And it's just kind of sitting kind of Indian style, kind of playing with something in its hands.
And what is it wearing?
It's wearing the same similar type of green
This
jacket.
is the platoon. They came through the portal from this, and they're all fucking weird now.
Oh, that would make sense.
And I will say that.
Oh shit, Will.
So they're dis monsters. They could be anything. They could spit acid.
They can spit fucking acid at us.
So-
We don't know what the fuck we're
So
doing.
Zen, and I'm right by next to Nomad. So Zen, your weapon makes not so much noise. Pop head, yes? See what happened.
We don't want to. No gunfire yet. We need to. What's it doing?
Well, wait now. This is a silencer. It makes it completely silent.
It's not complete.
Not
but
necessarily.
No,
suppressor.
in this
I was gonna
sci-fi
say
world, I want it
quiet.
quiet. I want
Yeah.
it silent. I want a
suppressor.
video game
It's
It's
silent.
going to be quiet.
So
A
what
silencer
was the
gives it,
guy's name that we had on board? The
Decker.
Decker. Okay.
I was thinking about him too. Well, he
Sarge
is
Decker.
melted.
What do their faces look like? Does it look like a fucking
Can't
monster?
see their faces from where
You
you're
can't
at.
see their monster. And you're right up on the fence.
Yeah, you're on the fence line, yeah.
So
A silencer
it's not
increases
si-
the
it's-
threshold on perception tests by 2.
Okay, that's not. I mean, you take a pot shot at one of these guys, it might not be the worst.
Wow.
If there's
I mean-
a platoon of fucked up dis soldiers,
do they have guns around them? Or are they just?
I don't see any guns. I mean, they're wearing
I don't think they
wearing
need
like green uniform, like
they-
green pants and a green like
they
bomber
remember their
jacket.
skills, but they don't seem to have their equipment.
and the platoon.
You can't tell. I mean, from where you're
He
at, you
just-
can't
but
see.
he's working on
they
the
don't. They don't
truck.
have. They don't have.
It
No,
looks
he's
like-
sitting on the hood,
Okay.
playing with something. He's sitting Indian, kind
Okay.
of cross-legged,
So they- okay.
and
So the hood's
and
not
playing with
open.
something in his hands.
He's
Hood's
just-
down, right? But he's sitting
Okay.
on the top of this truck.
Gotcha.
And then the other one's like standing on a workbench.
He could be working on something. Who knows?
His movements seem very strange to you as you watch. He's very still. It's very still. Could be a girl.
This is
You think
fun.
that the body structure looks like probably male. Broad shoulders. Could be female though.
If you
But
guys.
moves sporadically, like almost like something irritating it or something like that, and then goes back to being really still.
If you guys go all the way around, the hole on the other side is approximately near the motor pool. You could come up behind him. Look behind the one. Jesus. We need the gas. That's just the bottom line. Is we need the helicopter.
Why don't we make a strike from all the way over here? It's not loud. We make a headshot. It should be able to take him down. It should. And then from there, we see how the other one reacts.
We don't know what kills these. You could just shoot it and make it mad.
Okay, that's legitimate.
But
Then
if
we
you
know
get
to leave.
closer, you could at least incapacitate their limbs so they can't move.
So that combat chainsaw comes in handy.
Does that have a suppressor?
Or he shoots it
No,
and makes it mad, like you said.
It's a muffler.
That thing's just a St. Patrick kid.
I mean, because if you shoot it and it doesn't kill it, then it just knows where you are.
Right,
now.
but are they smart enough to go out the back, around the fence, or
You
out
don't
the
know-
front gate?
you don't know how
around the-
smart they
right,
are and what
that's
they know.
I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that's the thing.
We need to be able to plan for. They're smart enough to know how to get out of the fence,
So let's assume they're
or
smart
climb
enough.
the fence. They could just climb.
Maybe
the
they
fence.
got in through the hole.
Yeah.
Let's. I mean, was the lock still on the fence?
No, the fence
Yeah, the fence was wide open.
It was open, but
The gate was open. The
Right.
main entry
Could we
gate was open
reclose it?
4 feet.
could
Right.
you close it in a way that it stays closed?
Could we tell like if it was damaged at all, or
It
was
didn't
it
look
just...
damaged. It was still on its track.
So it's worth another look.
But it's a very large, heavy gate,
Yeah.
right? Usually electronically controlled. So, and to push it, you know, if you have
But
enough
there was
strength, you
a-
could probably push it.
There
you'd
was
assume,
a
but-
gate. Wasn't there a gate, like a guard post near the gate
There was.
the first time?
Yeah, on the
Yes.
inside to the left, there was
That
a
would
small
possibly
shack
control
that.
the gate.
Let's plan like they're as smart as we are. So they're just two guys. Forget everything else. What's the best way to? I mean,
This is where Nomad thrives. Long range.
I mean,
Sneaky. This is your playground. This is your wheelhouse right here,
Right, I
Nomad.
mean,
If they're as smart as we are, wouldn't they already know we're here since they saw him?
we're over planning.
I mean,
Let's say they know someone's
right.
walking around.
Yeah, but that is a good point. I mean, if they saw an astral entity, then they would be on alert. But they don't seem to be. So
They
it's-
haven't
I think
appeared to
it's
have
safe-
taken notice of you
I
guys.
think it's a safe assumption that we're giving them more credit
a
than they're
long,
due.
a long-range headshot would be one of the ways that we would take care of this.
And it would give information.
It's
Even know.
it's risky, but we could. I mean, the ones up top stopped when I got out of vision. They aren't scrambling around. We might be able to just, bolt.
Okay. All right. Shoot one.
All right.
Line that
So
shot.
yeah,
up
I'm gonna
good.
find a good spot where I can like set up my rifle.
You're in a good spot.
Yeah.
Right. This is the only real clear vantage point you have into the motor pool doors. Which one are you going to shoot? The one sitting on the hood of the truck, or the one standing in front of the workbench?
Seems like the one standing in front of the workbench. I mean, he was a little agitated. He was the first one. The one on the hood of the truck might cause a little more noise.
The one on the hood of the truck is fidgeting with. He's sitting down, but he's fidgeting with something in his hands.
So right, if we're going quiet, I think the one by the workbench would be ideal because the chance that the sound he would make dying is less than the one falling off the truck.
Well, if you hit the one on the truck, he's already sitting, so he's less distance to fall. Or the
So,
other
he's
one's
probably
standing.
not going to fall off the hood of the truck because my
The
gun.
hood of the truck is about as
Gotta-
wide as this
yeah.
table.
My gun's
So
got a
he's
good
sitting on it, right?
kick
It's
to
like
it.
it's like one of those 5-ton personnel carrier trucks with the big bow
nice.
things on the
Okay,
back,
Yeah.
right? So he's just sitting on the hood. So it's a pretty wide hood. If he
So-
slumped
But
over, it
also,
was not
Dave
necessarily going to
wants you to
fall.
shoot that one.
And then it has pretty wide fenders.
Which one
so,
is closer
you
to
know.
me?
See, 1 to 3 workbench.
Which one has less hit points?
The one on the truck is closer.
Okay. Yeah, let's do the truck then.
But they're in the same range increment. I mean,
Right.
really.
Right, but my logic being that they're not facing my direction, so hopefully
You're
they
going to
can,
assume that if they're semi-coherent, if one gets popped, the other one's going to notice.
Okay. Well,
They're close. They're only about. They are about 5 meters apart.
Are you sure? Are you sure we want to do this without everybody in position? I guess would be my. I'm ready to fire when you are, Jelly. I just want to make
I'll
sure
go-
you guys are ready
So
as
from
well.
where you're at, you're about 120 meters from where they are. So whatever range increment that's
Yeah,
going to
I
make
wanna
it.
take- I wanna take aim
That's going to be.
also.
The purpose of this is to gather information, not to make a movie.
It's an information shot.
Dave, I'll go.
That's what the purpose of this is.
I'll take
But
my
we
big.
need to have a plan in case all hell breaks
The
loose.
plan
too.
comes from
Plan
You're
is
going to
we
be at
run back to
medium.
the
You're going to be
truck.
at medium range.
Run back to the
helicopter.
Dave,
helicopter. and we're
yeah.
out of here.
I'm gonna pull out my sniper and set the tripod up and get that ready too. So I'm at my long range increment, but I got my big game.
Well, you're not there.
No, I know I'm not there, but are they? Oh, we're all the way back
You
at
should
the
be sitting
helicopter.
Only
on
ones
the
that are
door
there
gun.
are the MF and.
Yeah.
Damn, I was
and-
hoping
You
we
should
were
be
at
sitting
the
on the
gate
door
for some
gun.
reason.
Everyone else should be sitting in the vehicle.
Never
Helicopter,
mind.
yeah. Yep.
Never mind. I don't know where we're at. Never
You're
mind.
basically watching Nomad's feed and, you're
then
communicating.
Josh,
Yeah.
you
via-
have
You
That's
are ready
four.
to shoot the
Edge.
gun from the helicopter.
No,
fine,
my edge is
yeah.
empty right now, but I have 15 attack rating, so that might give me
Okay.
1 edge. But I don't. I
I'm
can't
actually going to
do
say
explosive
everyone's
sixes.
edge attribute has refreshed
Oh.
from the scene.
Yes.
Back
Yes!
there. Yeah, so
And I
it's
can do
everyone's
explosive
refreshed.
sixes.
So,
But do
we
we
want
want
to
to
do
do
that, or I can spend 2 edge to give you 1 to give you 5 to make it a vitals hit, which does 3 additional damage in addition
that's pretty good.
to any net hits.
That's pretty good.
I think we should do that.
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that you using your Adept powers?
No, that's a straight ability.
All right, you spend edge to give another
it's
character.
vital
called
tip,
give ally 1 edge.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's cost 2.
So you're gonna spend
he's
your
gonna-
edge to give.
He's going to spend
Nomad.
2 edge to give me 1
Okay,
edge,
all right.
and I'm
He's
going to
gonna
use
spend
5 edge
edge to make it a vital.
to make it a
All
vital.
right, so you're doing a called shot, which is the
Yeah.
vitals, which add 3 to the damage, and anything else.
Yeah, and
You
I'm
have it
taking
in front
aim before. the
Oh,
shot.
and you're taking aim. So, called shot vitals. Yeah, the attack gains about adding 3 extra damage if it hits. Along with net hits. Okay, cost 5 edge. Okay, yep, that's it. And then aiming gives you an additional die. It gives you +1 die pool bonus.
Okay, cool.
All right. So you are at medium range. So
Line
whatever
it
your
up.
attack rating is at medium
Yeah,
range.
it's 11 at medium range, but I
Okay.
also got 2 for vision mag at medium, 2 extreme, and
And you're spending edge to do the called shot, right?
to do the vital shot.
Okay.
So 13 attack rating.
So that's 4. Didn't see it coming, so hopefully that will be good.
Hopefully, you always get a defense test naturally. All right. So go ahead and take your shot.
So I got 4 hits.
Oh yeah, and then I get to roll
That
mine.
sniper game, just
All right,
bullet
yeah, let's see.
slow-mo time.
So, are you firing the one? Which one are you firing at? The one on the truck or the one in front of the
Yeah,
workbench?
the one on the truck.
The one on the truck. Okay.
So in the past, I don't know if this is how it still is, but in the past you could use like agility, but not like dodge, or you could use.
Cannot
like,
use the action dodge.
Yeah.
Right, but there's always a natural. You get a defense in the firearm test. You make a firearms test versus
But you have to use dodge to use your dodge skill, right? Yeah.
the dodge action. Dodge is an
dodge.
action, a specific action, which allows you to
use your athletics. to
Athletics,
dodge.
right?
Yeah.
I have 2.
Net 2.
So you have net 2.
So that's
All right. So-
6p plus 5, counting the vital bonus.
Plus
because
2. Right? Or is your base 4?
The damage to the vitals is 3. So what's your base
I
damage?
got 2 net hits, and the base is 6.
So 11. Okay.
Yeah.
So 11. So I'm going to make a body roll.
Come on, head popping.
I don't think that's gonna be enough.
Yeah, it's really changed.
I get
Really
1.
changed.
I have 1.
10
So
hits.
10
So,
damage. Hey, 10 damage.
10 damage. So
That's a
poof!
big hit.
all right. So you connect with the head and it blows up like
Misses that fucker.
a detonating pumpkin.
Target down.
Then
All right. Target down.
Well, does it go down, or does it
Does
stand
target
up
come
and
back
start
up?
running at us?
and like the
No.
scary like
The head-
skeleton arm comes out.
The round comes in contact with the head as intended, and it just
Slumps.
matter goes in all directions. All right, as it pretty much explodes. You see the other one quickly turn around and start doing this. Right, you can see its head moving. Right, so now it's going to
Stealth
make a
rolls?
perception roll. No, you guys already have stealth, so
Our
I
threshold
need-
is 3 that we scored.
That's a lot of dice.
Perception is included in what? Is it intuition?
But use the sniper.
Yes.
So you use the sniper, so doesn't
Yeah,
that increase it by 2?
Oh, it does. Yeah.
Oh, the silencer increases.
Yeah.
Increases my chance to hear the shot by 2.
So if you're using
On.
audible for your perception more than visual, which you probably are, because
But there's an extenuating circumstance here. So
Yeah, is that it's got sensing abilities.
It's got dis ears.
guys, these things have dis ears.
Specifically.
We're
what's perception's linked to what?
Pull out.
intuition.
Oh, it is intuition. Okay.
Yeah.
Where's that little slip of paper?
Get out.
Abort mission. Abort mission. Dis ears on premises.
Dis ear. Wait, dis ear. No,
Okay.
dis ear.
No, dis ear.
We do this every
So
time.
I need 3 on this.
We
I
live
think you
up
need to
on
beat it, but I don't. Don't.
Oh, okay. Well, I got
don't
1.
know.
All right. So you see this thing looking around. It kind of quickly moves. It starts kind of looking around, and it quickly moves in front of the truck. But the body is still up top. It's slumped over, but it's on the hood.
Does it look from our sight? Does it look like it's looking at the body on the truck?
No, it looks like it's taking cover.
Smart.
Falling back on his training. I see.
So we know a couple things. It appears he's dead, so at least headshot seems to work. Second is creatures, no matter how much is moved around in erratic, is aware of things happen. So next step is hold position, take second shot when target arrive.
Okay.
Take second one out. We have range to motor pool.
Check the other buildings. Any movement?
So let's see here. I just
Scan.
need to look something
Scan
up
horizon.
really quick here. Where is it?
I could send up a drone just to kind of get an aerial view.
Not a bad idea.
I could always go be an astral drone too,
No,
just up in
no
the
more of that.
sky.
I think that's a good idea, Josh. Nomad
Can't,
drone.
I never get to use my
And so you have to-
Cavalier
I have-
Marshal.
I have little like camera drones, but then I also have a bat drone that's for the super secret of operations.
And it
But I
has
think-
to come back for you to read it, or if it's close
No,
enough.
if it's within signal range, it can transmit a signal,
Okay.
but there's a chance that the noise of the blight might interrupt our ability to catch its signal.
That's right.
So
That's
it's
right. Well, I'd love to look in the windows of the building and see what they're doing.
so we could tell like the AI of the drone go scan down the side of the building through the windows and then hope it comes back.
All right, so what you guys see as you guys are waiting to get another shot, right?
Yeah.
Right. So the way this truck is, it's got a big flat metal tailgate that hangs down. It's got looks like there are maybe benches on the bed. They would typically maybe have like some type of cover, but it's got these bows that are uncovered. Got these bows that are uncovered that are going around the top. But other than that, it's pretty much open till you see the back of this cab, right? From where you guys are at the angle there, you can see the body slumped over because you could get the visual of the hood. But what you see as you're looking at this truck, the back end of the truck, the metal of the truck, all of a sudden starts to twist and reform itself into a large flat pane of metal. And that's where we're going to stop.
Oh Jesus! He can shape metal. Oh fuck! That's a spell.
Thank you for joining us on another NCRP Productions podcast. We couldn't do this without you, so please like and subscribe everywhere we're found, including YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Google, Apple, Spotify, and other great podcast sites. If you'd like to help us continue making more content, we'd love to have your support on our Patreon. And if you have any feedback for us, please feel free to comment on our podcasts or email us directly at ncrpproductions@gmail.com. And we'd like to give a special shout out to our current patrons, our Seeks and Employees of the Month, David I.I.F.S., Michael H., and Michael P. And of course, our Breaker of Seals, Frank H., Christopher C., Matthew K., and The Lab, trademarked. Thank you all. We truly, truly appreciate it.